Rodrigo, thanks very much for joining us from Madrid. How do you see the capital raising at the moment? Are you seeing more interest in terms of capital looking towards Spain and Portugal?
We have seen a big change. We compare this to the great financial crisis, where we saw a very abrupt cutoff in capital flowing into Spain and Portugal. In the previous crisis, in fact, I think from 2009 all the way through to 2013, we didn't see any capital flowing into the real estate space in Spain. Maybe in 2011-12, we saw some money coming in a very opportunistic manner. So the sort of fortresses, the Goldman Sachs of this world, Morgan Stanley, looking at very specific acquisitions. And we did sort of play that theme there. But from 2014 onwards, we did see that sort of flow of capital. But it was mainly opportunistic, playing on the macro trend in Spain. We fast forward to where we are today. We haven't seen a stop in investment in Spain. Admittedly, 2020 wasn't at the same level as 2019, so we saw around about 8 billion of investment in real estate in Spain, which is about 30% below 2019 levels, but still substantially above where we were in the great financial crisis. And on a more sort of personal basis, what we've seen is even throughout the strong lockdown in March, April, May, the level of investor interactions and interest in hearing what's happening, what are the opportunities, do you think there's going to be opportunities going forward in this broader context, have been massive. And case in point is the 680 million that we raised in June 2020. Those commitments were not signed. Obviously, we were in advanced discussions with those investors, but the commitments weren't signed pre-COVID. They were signed post-COVID. And all this capital that we're now looking to raise in the rented resi space, in the logistics space, in the senior housing space, all of that, discussions that have happened over the past few months. And if I look at the amount of capital that we are looking at raising for 2021, is going to be substantially above what we were targeting for 2020. We're thinking, if you put all of our vehicles together, we're probably targeting a raise which is just shy of 1 billion euros in 2021, which is a very substantial amount of capital. And we feel confident that we can raise that capital because we have that good interaction with big institutional investors who are very interested in investing in Spain.
Great to catch up. Really interesting to hear about the capital raising activities there. Thanks very much for joining us, Rodrigo.
Thank you, Richard.